into the Dusa, hit her, and then immediately try to kill anyone else that they can until Dusa's the last person standing, because she is really the tanky right-click range hero. But anyway, we're spending a lot of time on this, and they haven't even picked Dusy, so we should probably move on. Doom, interesting pick here, especially against an AA. Doom's biggest strength, of course, is his regen and his tankiness, am I right? So why pick it here? Good question. I've always thought of AA as a pretty hard counter to the Doom.
You're pretty fast right now with the Scorcher talents. Like you get Rum's phases, you get on top of that AA, you kill them off.
You can just get on top of them.
Right? But this Slardar, like you said, AA negates all his regen, and now you have Slardar that's going to negate all his armor as well. Sure. NiP, however, have played the Slardar on position 4 too. I don't think it... Maybe it will be that in this game as well, but I'd rather see the Tiny, I suppose.
I'm not a huge fan, just because if you look at this lineup now, they have 3 heroes that provide almost no wave clear. Yeah. And against Wisp, I think that just behind having proper team fight, you need to have the ability to push waves, because otherwise you can get to a point where the Wisp and his partner play away from the team, and they're just going to shove Map faster. So you're then forced to just kind of chase them around, which is the wrong scenario to beat a Wisp. I would love to see a Nature's Prophet in this game for Cyber, because right now they have a lot of ways to get, a lot of negative effects, low armor, no healing, but what do they have against, pushing. Screw it, just get out of there.
Not really the...
There she is.
There she is.
Am I a genius? Yes.
You are. Good job.
So
you just called it, right?
Yeah, thank you very much. Rubik provides a lot of, protection just in stalling time, which is pretty important. There's a lot of decent spells here to steal, right? But what do you think about that?
I don't think there are too many decent spells to steal here when you look at this Rubik's game. What's the biggest spell that you can steal?
I would say a lot of the AA spells are good with Rubik, right? I mean, pretty big steals.
They're fine. You don't have any big game-changing fissures or something like that, in my opinion. AA spells are fine. Last night we did see a Rubik steal AA's ulti a couple of times, but
that's only if you're. It shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen, though. Definitely.
You just cast a W immediately after release.
I just want to say that NiP's draft is this Slardar makes it extremely versatile, because if Doom from Cyber Legacy is played mid, Slardar also crushes that. Like, he crushes mid lane completely. You can't play Doom into him. Also on the offlane, Slardar is good versus the Sven Wisp combo, I would say. So overall, pretty solid draft from NiP. But like, you see this Dusa and you're thinking, will she be able to come online by the time Sven hits his items and peak?
Probably, from what we've seen so far. I'm not imagining Doom's going to have too much of an impact here.
Yeah.
Any snipes, Mr. Kyle? What are you thinking for these last picks? What are they missing? I like the ban from NiP. Get rid of the Beastmaster. I think Doom mid is still something you got to consider as a possibility. In fact, we also might want to think about the Slardar going mid as a possibility. We've seen that from a couple of our Immortal Bracket squads as well. But I would think you just need something. I honestly don't mind the Furion. I look at this lineup from NiP, limited wave clear. If you can take these tier 1s early and just choke out the Medusa's triangle, as Jenkins would put it, what do you do to get back on map as an IP? You can't really fight very effectively. That's a Furion. Ah, shit. Damn it, Slacks. What? They banned Furion like 20 minutes ago. Well, I can't see. You got the iPad. You have one too. You left it over there. Well, don't blame me for leaving the iPad. Anyway, so yes, profit won't be happening, but it was a good idea, Kyle. Very good participation trophy for you today. Well, it was your idea. Excuse me, Kyle. You can't put words in my mouth just because you're a pathetic panelist. As we continue.
All right, so NiP
would have never said that to Shiver. She would have slapped you.
NiP banned out. Wait, what's the last ban from Cyber Legacy? Is that
Shadow Demon? Yeah.
Shadow Demon. Okay. It's just Shadow.
It makes sense.
And Dark, I couldn't see. I thought.
Yeah, because you remove the passive from the Sven. You just ult the Sven. We saw that yesterday as well. It's really difficult to play against. NiP are forced to select first, so they'll give away what's core, what's not, or not.
Or not.
Okay, Wind Ranger's quite nice against Sven. It means he'll have to prioritize an MKB now, but there's a lot of items now that Kuman is going to be responsible for, because you need an Ags to deal with the Dusa. You'd love to have a Halberd. You'd need an MKB, and you're a Sven. You need a BKB. So And then you like have a bite. So all of a sudden, Sven needs like 5 or 6 items to feel pretty good. Slacks, I know you're getting a little sleepy. Just stick with me. We're almost
No,
there.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how they will lane. Is this Supreme Tiny? Is this Supreme Slardar? Is this Supreme Windranger? Because there's just so many options because of this last pick. You can do offlane Slardar Windranger. You can mid lane Slardar. You can do offlane Tiny Windranger. You can mid lane Windranger. It all
Yeah,
depends
so
on
very versatile.
Cyber Legacy's last pick.
Anything is possible.
Could do anything.
No, these 3 heroes really, because not only are they all good on mid lane, but they make solid dual lane on the offlane. That's the reasoning. It's not like you're stretching it, you're kinda making it work. No, these heroes will do well.
Ooh.
Lucy? Zeusy.
Zeusy,
Interesting.
indeed.
Okay, really good against the AA and the Slardar. Don't like it against the Dusa too much because he just... You just need to have some serious damage output. They now have a massive wave clear advantage, but if you look at the team fight right now from Cyber Legacy, you don't really see it in the same way, where it feels like NiP have so many different methods of threatening enemy cores.
All right, though. Let's take a look at the odds. Of
Yes.
course, NiP are going to be your favorites in this series. I'm actually surprised that Cyber Legacy were not that far off. But Zeus is a lie. Nimbus is the hero. And one of the... I've been thinking about this. Dusa's big strength is sitting in the middle of a team fight late game, just using her arrows on everybody. Nimby can disrupt that pretty good. You know, she can't just stand under the Nimbus.
Well, yes, you could.
I mean, not for long, Kyle.
You can hit the Nimbus
can
as well, and
kill
the
it.
split shot attacks still hit enemy heroes.
Well, I know that you can do that, but I'm saying it is at least a bother. When she's in that late game scenario, nobody can get
Yeah,
anywhere
Zeus
near
is
her.
a bother. Your
Dusa
last pick
has
is a
mana
bother.
shield.
Yes, well, I am bothered by your analysis, and I am ready for the cast. So, gentlemen, let us say adieu to these people and send it on over to Lacoste and Odie Pexel.
Cyber Legacy. Ninjas in pajamas. Let the battle begin.
Yes, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Cyber Legacy versus NiP to start the day off here at the Omega League. I'm Odie Pixel, joined by Lacoste for this one. And what are you excited to see at Lacoste from these two teams? I mean, we're getting the Dusa coming out, and then this final pick, the Zeus. Is it going to be good enough, the final Zeus pick?
I'm just not feeling it. Zeus needs to have a good game. He needs to have a clear target. They lack lockdown on their side, so there's not going to be a hero that's setting things up for Zeus. So that's my concern. Also, you're playing into Medusa Slardar. Like, have you seen what Medusa and Vengeful Spirit can do together? Slardar is much, much stronger.
Yeah, no, you're right. If the Slardar is just able to get in on top of the Zeus at any point of these fights, drop the ult, this Zeus is going to fall over. So, I mean, what do you think the intention is with the Zeus pick? Do they just sort of feel that they can get such an early lead that it's just never going to get to the point where this Zeus is ready to fight? Are they just going to try and end it that fast?
Maybe they watched the replays yesterday. They saw Charlie playing TB. Zeus in general is great against TB, so they're like, yeah, we need to pick this hero even though he's not in game. I don't know. It just does not feel like a good Zeus
not
game
bad.
for me.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what they can make happen with the Zeus as we get ourselves into this one. Looks like we do have a short pause whilst teams do connect across the board. But yeah, overall NiP versus Cyber Legacy. I mean, looking at the two teams, would you sort of agree what we saw for the odds? You know, NiP, they are still the favoured team here, despite some of the tough games they have had still down in the Divine Division.
Well, NiP had a rough time in the group stages. I mean, the way they played, they kind of deserved it, you know?
Yeah.
But seems like they are bouncing back. Their game against the Khan yesterday, like most of the people who are tuning in who did not watch Khan, like this looks like a legit tier 2 team. Like they make more mistakes, you know, than other teams, but still winning against Khan, who is so far ahead in those two games, is kind of amazing for NiP. And Charlie put up a real show on his TB and on his Medusa.
And we'll see here as well, at least on NiP's side, some questions were to be asked for the draft. Who's playing what is going to be the error, Wind Ranger, and Saberlight playing the Slardar in the core role. And over on the side of Cyber Legacy, no surprises there with the roles that we're going to get to see.
The reason why I don't like Zeus here is You have Sven stun, you have Rubik's lift. That's it. These are your lockdowns, but you need someone else to keep them in place for you to actually deal the damage. And he's playing into Tiny, like
Tiny and Slardar, like
Tiny
these heroes.
Slardar, these two heroes, you know, they're gonna be closing the gap, trying to get on top of you. It's just a hard matchup for Zeus.
Yeah, I know, it does feel as soon as one blinks online, the Zeus, he's just going to die. It's going to be a very hard game for him unless he truly just smashes the mid lane and gets to the point where at least where his teammates are able to keep him safe in the team fights. It's not going to be easy. And damage, you know, do you think damage is going to be a problem for dealing with the Medusa, or can sort of Sven on his own be enough? As you know, your other core is this Zeus. You are purely on the magical damage. You know, there's not going to be any sort of hard physical scaling to cut through the Medusa.
If we're just talking about carry-to-carry matchups, Sven against Medusa, I think everyone knows who's going to win post 50-minute mark. It's just very hard for Sven to play into Medusa with the Stone Gaze. Once she gets the Scotty, a lot of kiting.
Yeah.
The only save they have on side of Cyber Legacy is Wisp, and he needs to be using those relocates properly. But I don't think it's going to be that efficient. Like, they have so much chaos created by Tiny, by Slardar, Vindranger, you name it. Like, I just feel like this draft is 80-20 in my opinion. Also, when you have Doom in your team, you need to have good chase. Like, if you use a Doom, there's like Avalanche, Shackle, Stone Gaze, you can't chase. And then the Doom is wasted, and this is your big team fighting ulti.
Yeah, and the IO, as you mentioned, is just really going to have his work cut out. You know, he wants to enable the Sven in the fights, but at the same time, the core that's likely to be needed saving with the relocate most of the times is going to be the Zeus, if he's caught too far out on the front magical. We'll see here as we get ourselves into game one. Some well wishes here from the side of NiP.
The thing they have in this matchup is that Sven farms more first 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
Especially if there's some stacks made, then the Wisp is the good hero to make the stacks. On the other side, you have AA, who's not that great compared to, let's say, Venge, who can stack 3 camps at the same time.
30 seconds to battle.
With his lane set up, Sven and Aya going to be starting down bottom into the Slardar Windranger lane. We'll see how much farm Kuman's able to get against the...
It's a tough lane for Kuman.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of punches here from the two of them. I would say Blight and Arrow will be sure to try and constantly harass him away from the wave. Does at least have the IO, so there will be some sustain to keep him safe.
Yeah, you can see them not even trying to contest through. They understand that their lane is much weaker. Any melee hero into Slardar just feels very weak. And then you have Wisp as your laning partner, so you know there's going to be some extra region coming out. But there's a Windranger. Windranger position 4 is extremely strong hero.
Yeah.
A lot of harassment. So range hero combined with the Slardar, it's going to be tough. And I like what they done with their lanes. Put the Tiny mid so he gets the levels, which means that he can be active. There's 1, 2, 3 heroes that he can easily burst with the combo.
And then in this mid lane as the Tiny, what sort of you get free farm? You're just gonna have to spend a bit more money on regen against the Zeus.
He just gets a bottle, straight away. Definitely needs a stick as well against the Zeus, even though we've seen Zeus going for different kinds of build lately, like not even getting a point in the bolt.
I mean, do you like that? Do you like the 404?
404, I still want to have 1 point
Sure.
W, just to, you know, have ability to cancel a TP. But, yeah, I like it. I like how, you know, meta changes, heroes get buffed in some departments, nerfed in some, and then you need to adjust. So, he outpushes the lane, keeps spamming it, so his lane always going to come back to his tower, and he does not feel threatened going across the river.
And then we talked about sort of the pressure that they can put on the Sven down bottom. On the top lane, does this Dusa really struggle against the Rubik Doom lane? Like, is this a duo that could put a lot of pressure onto a Dusa early on in the safe lane?
No, I think these are two range heroes against the Doom. Doom very low on armor, so that's going to be a lot of harassment once again. I mean, Doom in general has a high region. Look at him. Level 1 Devour, a Bracer 4 per second. Pretty good.
Yeah, so Blizzy also shouldn't struggle finding farm in that top lane. The mid lane, yeah, just straight up pushing the wave out at each other. No denies actually so far, but even between either of those in the mid, they just nuke the waves out. Bottom lane, Kuman is going to try and run down Era a little bit, but stun's already been used. Era's fine, and Saberlight coming over. And we put to a stop. Big Num having to be careful with his positioning. Can't allow Saberlight to get on top of him. Otherwise the IO will be in a lot of trouble.
Like, you want to keep harassing Sven in this lane, but you know, if IO gets caught out of position, you immediately switch target and just go for him.
I'll take that.
Oh, that's pretty
always
nice,
nice,
actually.
yeah.
You know, just leaving the bounty rune. You don't get the items as fast enough on your heroes, but your Tiny gets a refilled bottle, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's going to keep him strong in the lane against this Zeus. Against the constant arc lightnings bouncing out on the creeps as Magical pushes it out. Now we can see, Supreme still in a very good place with regards to his HP. Bottom lane, Saberlight and Era trying to go onto Kuman a little bit. He's got the point in the war cry, still a lot of damage as you can see, bringing Kuman down very low. He's prepared with a lot of tangos. They have got regen to stay strong in the lane, but we're starting to see the damage.
This might be the kill.
Was close, not quite enough. You can see again the potential mid. Bottom lane.
I was talking about bottom lane.
They get him.
This might be the kill. You know, I watched the HP on Sven drop.
Yeah.
You got debated.
There we go. I mean, that in that lane as well, after that first attempt on Kuman brought him so low, you would have thought that he would be a bit more careful, but no. NiP able to get on him a second time in quick succession and take him out.
Because they were aggressive on the bottom lane from NiP, no one was checking the rune, which you need to do for your mid laner, especially if he's bottle dependent. And we could see a bro play just giving him a mango.
He's going to look for this.
Nah, there's no way he dies.
Ah, okay. A little too deep. Yeah, Supreme already well on his way out of there. Does not want to mess around with the Zeus with a haste rune. Down bottom, yeah, Kuman's got to be careful. Can't afford to be dying to these two. They're going to try and go in again. Warcry providing some safety. He's having to use the stun again. We're really starting to see the struggles for the Sven in this lane. Still farming fine, but definitely kill potential here from NiP. And particularly now that they have Tiny in the neighborhood as well. As Supreme's moved down to the bottom. Seems like they may be aware. Yeah, pings out into mid. There's nobody holding mid lane.
And
they know they're here.
in.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have TP'd to the bottom lane. A lot of time wasted. There's still 2 bounty runes to be picked up. I mean, if they get a double kill,
they're going to get at least one of them. As Kuman goes down, Bignum will live, but yeah, as you said, I would have thought they would have suspected something's up there with nobody showing in the mid lane for quite some time as well.
Ooh,
top lane.
too salty.
Charlie. Is he going to go down, Blizzy? They'll find him. Blizzy able to get the kill. Coming in past the tower, as Blizzy will be able to TP away. Good move here from Cyber Legacy, pushing in whilst the Zeus hits the 6 to get that kill.
Zeus ulti got buffed in terms of damage, so it's a 300 damage level 1, minus 25% magic reduction. That's 225 pure damage, as you can call it. So once Zeus hits 6, you want to make a move. Bounty rune on bottom. Now they're checking it for NiP, big one. So this will allow Tiny to just try to use combo on Zeus once, keep him low. His bottle is empty, and he has Raindrop. This is the item that you need to buy when you're playing against the Tiny.
Yeah, otherwise Supreme's able to combo you down. 100-0. Era's coming over as well, so they will have some follow-up burst damage. Let's see if they've got enough between the two of them. In fact, they've got the 3. Misha comes in as well. Magical's gonna need help. TP's coming in, but in fact, he's just set up the shackle. As Era hits the perfect angle. Gets the kill. Kuman and Bignum also started to swing across from the bottom lane. Coming into the jungle, just a little scared at this moment, I guess, about laning into Saberlight Slardar after the start that NiP's had.
Kuman is level 4. Slardar, I mean, we discussed that
Are scanning.
it's a good matchup for him.
Yeah, he's in level
Top
6.
CS. Some stacks being made, but Slardar is farming bottom. Rest of the team's just chasing them.
Oh, that NiP. They're in. They try and tear Kuman away from the two of them, but Bignum and Magical are there with the backup. They look over towards Supreme, power shot out to Kuman. Kuman trying for the chase. Shackle shot holds back the Zeus. Supreme starting to bottle up. Misha out of mana. Supreme's going to have the combo again in a second. Couple of seconds. Kuman's got to be a little careful. Bignum's starting to heal him back up. Supreme going to step back in. Magical, he's still got a little bit of mana left for a few more nukes. Saberlight's come across, but Supreme, he's going to be the first to fall as Cyber Legacy have the 4 of them lift up onto Error. Still has the win run, turns another Shackle, catches onto Magical and Bignum. Magical, has he got enough mana left for the final few bits of burst required? It looks like he does, and he has. They chase down Error as NiP going in very deep there. Bit of a greedy play coming in onto that deep jungle camp by the tier 2s. Cyber Legacy were always going to respond to that.
They should have baited immediately. After using the combo, not getting a kill, Ayo is gonna reset the fight. Slardar just continues to farm up on the bottom. Like, Bignum's even tanky. Casual Bracer, a magic stick, keeps him alive.
Yeah, even with that DD, not quite enough damage coming out from Supreme to get that kill. Some nice counter moves here from Cyber Legacy. Punishing an aggression that NiP's trying to bring.
Bottle refill on middle. Doom will be level 6 on the top lane. Medusa for now just jungling. Not of NiP members showing on top. Okay, he is level 6. Already level 7 right now. He's just saving a point.
Now Blizzy getting some excellent solo XP up here. As Misha, he's going to get dove upon. Yeah, Blizzy's just going to run straight at Misha, and Misha's dead. Blizzy just runs under the tower, nothing the AA can do. An easy solo kill for Blizzy. Over towards mid, setup attempted onto Magical, but there's the counterplayer. Slayer's there with the lift up, puts a stop to the move. Supreme and Error cannot dive in on this, and in fact, Error himself, he's fallen low, he's been taken out. Magical's able to turn, get a kill. This is another time in a row where NiP are trying for plays around this mid lane, and they're ending in disaster.
NiP is just playing way too aggressive right now. Their Slardar is having an extremely good time on the bottom lane, on top of net worth. Like, he's gonna get the Blink Dagger. Look how tanky he is. Level 7, high level, a casual cloak on him. This is something that we see way more often lately on the heroes, just having an extra magic resist. So they should be just chilling, you know, trying to make stacks for Medusa. The game's going well for them. Like, Medusa is farmed, not as Sven at the moment, as we talked about. You know, Sven has a cleave, Medusa needs to put points in the Mystic Snake instead of the split shot, so she does not farm as fast.
Sven also has the Midas. Midas done on Kuman, so his farm's going to be looking very nice. Going for that brown boots into the Midas, meaning that he has it quite a bit faster than that of Charlie's Medusa. That's Charlie, of course, with the Trez, the double Wraith bands. There'll still be a bit of time before he has his own Midas up and running.
Hand of Midas, huh? What an item.
I say that's what the meta's become. They tried to nerf it. It was, you know, sort of got nerfed out into oblivion, and then each of these little buffs over the patches, and Midas, it's definitely back now in that place where it's not going to be buffed again. This is as good as Midas is going to get. So enjoy it whilst it's there. It's in the jungle, Misha. And they keep coming over it. NiP, they're just giving up kills. It sort of just seems like, for what? Like, what are they gaining from this? As it just only feels like they're giving more power to Cyber Legacy every time they come over here.
They should just chill. You know, farm Blink Dagger on Slardar, farm a Blink Dagger on Tiny, try to get a pick off with Tiny. That's pretty much it. That's their job. Your Medusa is farming, keep them busy, but it's much easier to play Dota once two of your heroes have a Blink Dagger. And all you need to do is farm for 3 minutes, the Blink Daggers will be up. Even some extra armor coming out from Windranger, Medallion, with the Medusa, with the Slardar Amp. This is the lineup that's gonna kill Roshan.
Oh, Misha! He just came up here before, he's trying to do it again!
Dude, you just died 3 times in a row in the same place. Oh, he got the Observer Ward. He really got it.
Okay, he got the ward. He got job done. He was able to complete the objective, but the cost of his life a few times. So, I don't know how worth that is, but I'm sure he'll be telling you it's worth.
Yeah, I can definitely hear him talking to teammates. Yeah, we definitely needed to get rid of that ward. It's very crucial for our mid game, and I've done a great job. You know, I expect a raise coming up from the NiP.
Oh, here we go. Cyber Legacy. They're gonna try and smoke up the two of them. Doom's back online. Where are they gonna head? They're looking down bottom for some action. Blizzy is gonna try and lead him with the phase drums. Saberlight hiding in the trees. Is he gonna show? Smoke comes to an end. Blizzy knows that there's someone around here. Saberlight, he shows. He's come out into the wave. They're just gonna drop the Doom down, and this will be a very dead Slardar. Extra backup coming in from Cyber Legacy as well to make sure they can quickly dispose of the Slardar before that backup from NiP comes in. As nothing that Era and Supreme can do in response to that.
Zeus not getting any last hits from those kills. It's very important that you KS with the Zeus. Like, you want to get every single last hit that you can. This hero is extremely powerful, especially if you can delay their blink daggers.
Yeah, it's definitely, it still feels
Come on, Shovel, use it. Wind Ranger. That's not efficiency. Also, this is not efficiency, giving away level 4 power shot to Rubik.
Oh yeah, Slayer's happy with that one. Bit of free and easy farming. But here we go. So here's the timing. Supreme, he's got the blink dagger. This is what should allow them to get rid of these pesky heroes like the Zeus. He's very vulnerable to these big burst heroes like the Tiny and the Slardar getting on top of him. So really up to NiP to now find a chance to get that jump and hunt him down.
Zeus not listening, not using ulti to KS, instead just scouting things out. Going straight into Aghanims. Okay. Just tanking up for now.
Regeneration.
Oh, see Saberlight there, just able to take away that regen. And I imagine with that Thunder God's Wrath, I wonder if he was quick to check, because he may have seen that the blink was there on Tiny. There's NiP now with the smoke move, heading over towards mid. Magical still there at the front. He's a little vulnerable. Has to be cautious. He's pinging the tower. He knows that something's coming.
They have no vision in that area. They have only one Observer Ward on the bottom, one actually anti-Tinker Ward. Interesting. I'm not sure what that is for.
Here we go. Supreme in with the combo, looking to take out the Eye. Bignum's able to put the mech. The Ice Blast does come out onto mid. Magical, but Blizzy is in with the stun. They'll look towards Saberlight. Saberlight's got to run away, but he's taking the tower.
Still alive.
Supreme, he's falling low. Saberlight will live. They get the final burst onto Supreme. They'll also end up getting Saberlight too. As NiP, again, they just can't seem to find the fights. They keep trying to get something done around this mid lane. But Cyber Legacy's ready. In that case, they nearly had the IO, but Bignum, he's got the mech. The counter plays there, and NiP, they're just not finding anything with any of these moves that they're trying to make.
They did not execute that gank properly. Like, you need to take out the IO. Like you were talking about Zeus clicking on the enemy heroes to see what they have. Seems like NiP did not do it. They did not do their homework. Like, you need to go in with the Tiny combo, follow it up with I think Power Shot was also on the wrong target.
I think, yeah, because Supreme, he was in with a combo onto the IO, and
they got a bit greedy.
It just needed that extra bit of burst, and they would have had it, but they didn't. They didn't get that last bit of damage onto him.
Medusa and Sven right now are pretty much equal, but what Sven brings to a team fight and what Medusa does is a huge difference. Full SNY, Hand of Midas Sven. So some status resistance, extra move speed, attack speed. Getting a BKB next. Not sure if BKB is the item here. Yeah, you are playing into a ton of stun and lockdown, but you're also playing into Medusa ulti, Slardar ulti, AA also pierces magic immunity. That's the interaction that, you know, whenever I see it, I have to think about it. And yeah, now it pierces magic immunity. Because it never did.
Is it? This is what 4 heroes hunting for
They're
Blizzard.
not getting him.
Or they've scanned him.
They scanned him. Let's
Oh,
see.
he's got to blink. Is he going to blink? Blink! No,
Blink.
he didn't blink! He didn't blink!
That was so
He had
greedy.
all
It
the
was
opportunity to
actually
blink.
So greedy for him. He had the vision coming out from the catapult, and
Yeah, why didn't he blink?
he heard the power shot. I don't know. This is why these teams, you know, are not playing in the Immortal League.
Little misplays like that. There's NiP. Over towards mid. Supreme leading the way. Ooh, could have a good chance to jump the Zeus here. Does he want to go for it? He does. In he goes. Tosses him back into Saberlight. That'll do it.
You can see they're not on the same page. Look at the way they're executing the combo. AA uses ulti straight on Zeus, while Tiny performs a back toss. Also, you don't need AA ulti. You need to save ulti for Io. So this is a misplay from Misha. We've seen a couple of those, especially when he tried to de-ward 4 times in a row.
Let's see if they can get this tower off the back of that kill. I mean, Charlie's come in, now ready to join the fight. He has the man to done, so feeling sort of safe enough to show himself like this in the lane. They've got the full hood on Saberlight too, so multiple ways that they can really run in on this Zeus without worrying about dying immediately. Just the 1k lead now for Cyber Legacies. NiP starting to close that gap, close that lead. Smoke's up for Cyber Legacy. They're going to see what they can find down here. They know that NiP's trying to push it out. NiP not showing at the moment on the wave.
Saberlight still does not have a neutral item. 18 minutes in. Someone stole his items.
Oh yeah. Bit peculiar. Supreme is going to go in and slay. They are able to take him out, but they're going to turn Doomshot down onto the Tiny. Tiny's dead. See if they can run over and chase for more. Saberlight caught out by the stun. Kuman and Bignum running him down. Saberlight throws down another crush. It's not going to stop him. And they get the Rubik as they come in with the combo, but losing 2 cores in return for finding a support kill. That's never going to really feel that good.
This is not a good trade for NiP. I mean, I see what they're trying to do. Medusa still farming. Sven just much stronger than Medusa right now, and every single time Cyber Legacy is just outnumbering them because Sven wants to be able to join team fights while Medusa is just farming for now.
Yeah, Blizzy just heading straight up into the jungle there. Not feeling scared at all with the 2 stunners dead. Just coming in to get some information. There's BKB coming up next. How are we seeing on the Ags? Ags is done, so magical with his quick Ag into this game. So they've got to just make sure that Charlie continues to find this farm. Still in the top spot. NiP just got to keep this Deuces game safe.
If NiP can make one good team fight, kill 2 supports who don't have a buyback, they can easily go into Roche Pit. Double damage spawned on bottom. They're going to
try
into Roche Pit right now. Yeah, it's a level 2 Slaughter ulti. That's why I mentioned it.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, they do it
Plus medallion.
very quick with that. To the point where I don't know if Cyber Legacy is going to check it out. They do hit it with the scan. And actually, well, with the ult now, yeah, with the Nimbus, they're able to get the vision. And that will be enough to spook NiP away. NiP only able to bring it down to half HP. So now things becoming a lot more awkward around the pit.
That's why I wanted to see a team fight into Roche. They have Zeus ulti, they have Nimbus. Pretty easy to scout things out. Now Kuman with the double tap, he's going in.
All right, he's just going to take it himself. He's got God Strength. They need to get in here quick. Ice Blast comes down to the 2 of them. Kuman pots the BKB. He's committing. Is he going to be able to find it? He's been bashed. Kuman can he finish? He gets the kill. Aegis on the deck. Supreme he's able to snatch it. Supreme able to find the steal. Big Nut tethers across. Mech popped. NiP falling low. As long as they can get everyone out here, they're going to be happy with this. Bignum and Kuman, they're starting to run back over. They know that Supreme's got the Aegis, but Supreme is incredibly low. Blizzy misses the stun. Supreme still goes down. The Nimbus finishes him off. That's the Aegis out of it. Cyber Legacy, do they want to continue to try and force this? NiP are holding the high ground. Supreme comes over towards Blizzy. The tether, the heals, it's not going to be enough. Supreme's in with a toss to finish off Blizzy.
Ooh, man, that team fight. AA using the ulti, connecting on 2, and they gave him a glimpse of vision. They blink in. But I love what Cyber Legacy did. They try to make use of that Roche was half HP, relocate on the bottom lane just for maximum farm efficiency. I don't think Tiny should have died there. Like, he He's like, yeah, I got the Aegis, I stole it, I can use it straight away. But I don't think it was necessary. And Tiny is kind of falling off. Like, he has lower net worth than Tiny because of those ganks that they tried to execute and failed in the early to mid game.
Yeah, you really see the difference in farm between Supreme, Saberlight in comparison to Magical and Blizzy. That's the difference right there now in the game.
Full Scotty will be completed on Medusa plus level 3 ulti. Yeah, I think NiP is ready to take a fight right now. They're super strong.
Now, what are we seeing on the ult timings for Cyber Legacy? God Strength's back up and so is the Doom. And the Aghanims for Kuman, he should be pretty close to it. Okay, yeah, okay, just about an item away. 1,300 gold off. So nearly has it, nearly has the level 18, so that'll be the next big power spike for him. The 18 and the Aghanims.
Dire are scanning.
Maybe just wanting to get that finished before they try and rush for a fight. Again, for they themselves to go hunting into the Deucer, it is a little scary. Their best efforts so far, Cyber Legacy, have been those fights that NiP's brought to them.
Once they finish the Axe and BKB on Doom, Cyber Legacy will also want to take a fight. They understand that this is a matchup. Sven into Medusa, like they want to be taking the fights right now because, you know, when you look at both of these teams, it feels like both teams feel like they should take a fight right now, even though Medusa is still a much better late game carry.
I mean, NiP, they're making moves over towards the Sven. They're going to get the jump in onto Slayer. That should be an easy one. Throwing everything out onto the Rubik.
AA's misusing his ultis. Like, he needs to keep that ulti just to pop it on either AA on, Wisp or on Doom because they have a bunch of regen. Even try to use it on Sven, you know. Medusa with the Scotty will slow him down. I love what Charlie's doing, just getting some cheap damage, Crystallis, for now. And, you know, after that he might just get a straight Butterfly, so he does not need to care about Sven. One of the reasons why you build Hand of Midas on Medusa is because her talents are insanely good. Especially at the level 20, 25 split shot, uses modifiers.
It's incredibly strong with especially with the itemization that we see Deuces go nowadays with these Scardis. Really falling into favour. Now we should have the timing. Yeah, Blizzy has got the BKB. And that's almost certainly the Aghanims flying out to Kuman. So they've got those big item timings. And Cyber Legacy immediately out on the hunt. They're ready with the 3-man smoke. Of course, Big Num ready to relocate Kuman in if they do find a good fight, the three of them. And no signs of NiP on the map right now. Cyber Legacy don't have any information to work with. See if anyone shows around the mid. Supreme instantly blinks away there as the smoke gets dispelled from Blizzy. Shows himself on the wave.
He's not gonna have a blink dagger to initiate a fight for 30 seconds. He needs to blink down and then reset the cooldown.
Yeah, meaning that they can't really find anything yet. NiP just walk up and take the tier 1. Do lose the tier 2 tower top in response though. Now Blizzy, he's going to jump in. He's going to go in with the BKB, pops the Doom onto the Medusa. He wants to start the fight off. Buy time for Kuman to come in with the stun.
Nice toss back.
It's going to save the Deucer a little bit, but Kuman, he's still able to run this down. As Cyber Legacy, they're chasing. Have they got the damage to kill this off? The mana's low. Charlie gets the Stone Gaze off, but it's not going to keep him alive. As the damage is there. And that was a ballsy way to start the fight there from Blizzy, but it worked out. He just went straight in, BKB, Doom on the Deucer right in front of the entirety of NiP, but it worked. He was able to walk out, just dropping the Doom, meant that this Sven could get in onto the Medusa without the threat of the Stone Gaze.
Yeah, this Doom, once he pops the BKB, they don't have the answer for it. Yeah, you have AA ulti that pierces magic immunity, same goes for Slaughter, but that's not gonna stop him from using the ulti on the target that he wants to go for.
A very nice initiation there from Blizzy. That's got to be a little scary for NiP that he can make moves such as that. Blizzy coming in, trying to save Saberlight. Ice Blast. Come out onto Blizzy. Blizzy. Oh, actually, Power Shot.
Barely misses.
That's going to mean that Blizzy's going to live, I think. Unless Saberlight can come in with another jump. He will be able to do so. Saberlight able to blink over. Magical couldn't quite stop the blink in time with the Lightning Bolt. They will catch Blizzy. Kuman and Pignum still looking for the side to
that's
find.
the shackle.
But they got the damage. They're trying to find this IO. No Ice Blast available. Saberlight is in, but Kuman turns with the stun. NiP won't be able to chase the Sven. Kuman's able to disengage.
I would love to see one Force Staff on side of NiP against the Sven. Against Doom just to push people out. Tiny did his job. Try to go for this play to back toss to the ally. Target that was Doom. Successful, but still it's very hard against Sven. With the new Aghanim Scepter, he just chases you down.
Yeah. And that pretty much is the only save that they have against targets on their team being doomed. Just that toss to try and separate them. No real hard way of keeping a doomed target safe in the middle of a fight.
Medusa needs to be careful about her positioning. Like, yeah, she's super strong, but if she gets Doom and Sven pops the ulti, just starts running at her, with the BKB, they don't have the answer. They don't have any saving abilities nor items.
Top lane, NiP do have Saberlight with the invis, but they've got to be very careful how they go trying to start a fight, especially with the time passed and Doom and God Strength back online again. Cyber Legacy, they're having to run at them. In fact, there's a relocate coming in. Blizzy is leading the way. Saberlight is going to jump over, look towards Blizzy, but Blizzy's got backup. They've got to be careful. Supreme comes in with a combo, but Blizzy's got a BKB. Supreme just jumping into his death. There's a stone gaze going on somewhere up to the north, away from the rest of them as they're entirely split up. The Doom comes down on the Medusa. They're just going to be able to kill this Charlie Medusa. There's nothing that can be done to save him. He's caught separated from the team. The Medusa is down. Kuman jumps over, picks up another one. There's 10k lead now for Cyber Legacy. This game's starting to get into a very rough territory here for NiP.
They try to go for Doom, but he's too tanky to bring him down. They could if they use AA ulti, if the shackle connects full time on combo. That's a dieback. He's dead.
Or is he? The crush might save him.
Superman's gonna go.
If he finds another stun target, and he will, he's over onto Saberlight. They've got the stun from Blizzy. Saberlight goes down.
Oh, he took one for his teammate because he already used the buyback. Next Roach will respawn in 2 minutes. This is gonna be a free tier 2 tower. Full dataless on Sven. What is Medusa going for?
I don't think Charlie's had the chance to progress into his next item, really. What did he get? He got the small crit. And then these deaths, a couple of times, just they haven't been able to find a strong fight around the Medusa. Charlie's just been separated from them, and Cyber Legacy have caught them in positions where NiP's just not prepared to fight back.
What Sven was doing, he bought a Demon Edge and just waited to see like Medusa's item progression. If she gets Butterfly, he gets MKB, but she just died twice, so now he can afford to get Daedalus, which is much better item for him.
Oh, mid. Got the Stone Gaze. Kuman puts the BKB Ice Blast. Let's land on the Sven.
Balance in all things.
Flies out with the stun. So, I mean, there's now no Stone Gaze, and Sven Kuman didn't commit the God Strength, so still ready to fight Cyber Legacy. NiP, they're going to check out Roche. Roche just about to spawn in under a minute.
NiP's plan to come back into this game revolves around getting the Roche 40 seconds. If Roche was up right now, I think that would be a game-winning move for NiP possibly, where Medusa gets Aegis and then they have to use Doom on her, and she just does not care about, you know, that first Doom.
Yeah, that ult there from Magical, showing that they were smoked up around this Roche area, so they know that the NiP is trying to prepare for the Roche. They're going to head straight over, make sure they don't give the chance for this Roche to go that way. As NiP, they've got to be prepared for this. They're going to know that Cyber Legacy is going to come storming out the base, chasing them down. BKB's done on Charlie, so at least a chance if he gets that off before he gets doomed. Maybe helping him against some of the follow-up magical, but still, if Kuman's on top of him with the BKB and the God Strength, this Medusa will still fall. See who can start the fight here. And both teams aware of what's going on. Saberlight, he's going to jump in with the 3-man stun. But again, they've got the Doom onto the Medusa. They found Charlie. Charlie needs help, and he's not going to get it. Charlie's down. As Blizzy, every single time he's finding the Doom target. These initiations from Blizzy, just NiP's not ready for them. He's dooming the Medusa every time, taking Charlie out of the fights. And without the Medusa, NiP have nothing to fight back at Cyber Legacy.
Oh man, Blizzy's having such an extremely good game. He understands, I need to doom this Medusa. Rest of the team doesn't really do that much damage. This Tiny has fallen off so quickly because of those couple of failed ganks on the mid. His item progression is non-existent. It's a Blank Dagger Echo Saber Tiny, 32 minutes in.
3-6-3. It's been a rough game for Supreme, and now Roshan, it's up, and Cyber Legacy, they'll take that very easily for themselves. Over to the pit they go. This one will be there. 17k lead against NiP, and Blizzard, he's even fighting Misha underneath the tier 4s.
Misha's dead.
They're just styling on him behind tier 4s, just Slayer and Blizzy diving in.
While the rest of the team is killing Roshan, so Cheese and Aegis for them. Oh man, that one's looking real rough for NiP.
It is that, as you said, just all they have in this game is the Medusa, and Cyber Legacy have just perfectly taken the Medusa out of the fights each time. They know that with that Doom, NiP, they do not have the support, the lineup that can do anything to protect the Medusa. This Medusa gets doomed before, especially before before she's able to pop a BKB or the Stone Gaze. She's just dead, because Kuman's just going to walk in, get on top of her, and Charlie's out of the fight every time. So somehow NiP, they've got to start the fight themselves, getting on top of Blizzy, keeping him held back from Charlie.
Tiny, Slardar plus a Shackle combo. This is how he dies. Right now, their vision, they have no vision across the river. And do I see, is there a single observer board? Am I blind, Owen? I don't see it.
No, are they in the shop, or they've just all been dewarded? What's going on? Where are their observers? There's one.
Thank you.
There we go.
Now with the Shiva's Guard on Doom, you know, just reducing the regeneration, lifesteal, blinking in, providing vision, and it's going to be much easier to find. Do something.
Hello.
Oh, there they go.
Stone Gaze is out. The Doom is there again, and the Stolen Ice Blast also coming out.
On the Nimbus.
This Medusa is well and truly dead again. Dead Charlie. And NiP, they gotta run. Nobody else is going to be able to fight. They haven't got any items. They've got nothing. Back to the base they go. And again, just the Medusa is well and truly dealt with by Cyber Legacy's play. As this game, I mean, it's over the cost, right? If they've lost about 16 fights in a row and not able to do anything with the Medusa. Charlie's dead for a minute, no buyback. Is there really any way that NiP can come back to into this game?
If Superman somehow manages to jump on the fountain, he's still alive.
They've got the stolen Stone Gaze. Slayer's going to walk in. Supreme's dead. It's a second core out.
That's Aegis. Full HP Sven, full mana.
25k lead. I mean, they're just so far ahead. It's Cyber Legacy there. I mean, this is a brilliant way for them to start their day, coming in this game one against NiP. And, I mean, they just look so much more on the ball. There was no mistakes made here by Cyber Legacy sort of from the 15th minute onwards. And NiP, again, in this game, just looking very lost in regards to what to actually do, how to actually pull off the fight.
Now, looking at the game, you know, AA did not manage to hint a lot of the blast. He was caught out so many times out of position. They also managed to get only 9 kills in this type of a game. With the Slardar, with your mid-tiny,
yeah,
like, you need to be more aggressive. But they were choosing the wrong fights at the wrong time.
Oh, it's been a rough one. And a game as well where, I mean, do you still sort of stand by when you look at the drafts that this, you know, this is not a game where Cyber Legacy have necessarily come in with a big brain draft. Like, NiP's lineup did have obvious strengths against some of the cores of Cyber Legacy, like this Zeus. It's just that NiP were never able to actually abuse those
They
strengths.
should punish those. Slardar, Tiny should, plus AA, of course. If Tiny lacks just a bit of damage to kill someone, this is where AA comes into a play. They found him. He's dead.
He's just dead in the river, Supreme. What's he doing?
Full Scotty on Sven, level 25. Scotty just completely ruins range heroes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kuman just... He's so massive. Just 10k ahead of Adusa now. 37 minutes in. It is rough for NiP. Leveler as well, why not? Have that for the base pushing.
Press F in the chat for F10k. This is
they never
the
got there.
difference between these two carries. Leveler. Oh my god.
I mean, that's Gaben saying, let's take this to game 2. Let's finish this one.
It's not just Leveler, it's a moon shard as well. Not sure when he farmed that, but
yeah, Kuman's just got everything right now. He's pretty much not really got anywhere else he could go. Well, that's not true. I guess it's the Ags. Yeah, you're right. Get the Ags up. They're still casually playing here with this 30k lead, Cyber Legacy.
I could do with more of that.
NiP holding on.
oh god, they even found Spell Prism. Whenever you have
for
certain
the
heroes
Zeus.
like a Zeus,
Oh, damn.
Octarine Core, Spell Prism, CDR Talent,
Yeah.
good luck. Stolen Stone Gaze.
Radiant are
I
scanning.
want a DD.
It's not like they need it.
No. I mean, it really is Gaben saying that have a leveler, have a DD. Let's just go next game. This game's over. Here we go.
Double damage.
DD Zeus, a DD, no, not a DD Zeus, a DD Sven. DD Sven, level 25. Kuma, with all the items in the world, he's ready to end it. As NiP, they better brace themselves for one more fight that's probably not going to be a pretty one. If the last many fights were anything to go by.
Flicker, huh? Usually I love that item, but in this kind of situation I don't find it extremely efficient. They just planted Observer and the Sentry. They wanted to go from the side where they already took the Raxus, but there's a Sentry Ward from NiP and the Creep Wave, so that's going to be scouted out.
Using the Thunder God's Wrath, checking the position.
They're still respecting Medusa.
Oh, he's
Medusa
not
on the high ground. If they can't find her, if
Midas though. This is the real tough bit. If use your Midas. There's creeps there, right? Is there not creeps there? Okay, there's not creeps there. Fair enough.
4 seconds, don't block the camp.
Oh no! Don't block it, Misha.
That should help.
There we go. We're all good. Midas has been used. We're fine.
This is it. This is the comeback. The usage of that Midas increases their win percentage by minus 0.25.
Builds morale, you know. At this sort of stage when you're down 34k, if you look over at your carry and his Midas has not been used, then you feel that you can see that he's throwing in the towel. If you see that cooldown there, though, you know that the carry's still trying. He's still ready to give this a shot, Charlie. They're hiding.
They can see him.
Yeah, they've been found. Nimbus is just out.
2 Observer Wards in the same area. They just...
3 Observer Wards.
Yeah, they know 3 right now, so they know that these are the sides Cyber Legacy is gonna come from. Even though they try to go for a sneaky play on the bottom with the smoke and placing Observer plus a Sentry in there. You know, the best part of Dota is when you lose 2 set of Raxes, so you know where they're gonna enter, right? That's predictable, kind of.
A strategical bonus for NiP to spike there. How far behind they are. Again, this hiding spot that they've got, just trying to stick around, is been found out every time by Cyber Legacy. Kuman, he was thinking of charging in. Won't go for the deuces straight up though.
Refresher, Octarine, Spell Prism, Ags on Zeus.
Oh my goodness.
Zeus is such a nuisance to play into super late game.
I mean, and just the fact that Magical's been able to have this sort of a game against heroes that I feel on paper should have been able to really punish him, but Magical's been able to have a beautiful time here despite that 7-2 and 17 and an incredible amount of farm, getting close to overtaking that of the Medusa.
Look at his itemization. Like, there's not a single defensive item. You can consider Blink as a defensive item, trying to...
Yeah, but no Yules, no Force, and he's not dying.
No force,
they still can't kill him.
No Ghost Scepter. He died only 2 times in this game.
That's crazy.
Something that should not happen.
Another DD. There we go. And they got... Oh, they found Saberlight. Just trying to push out that bottom lane. And they come with a relocate. 3 waves going straight towards the base of NiP. Kuman going to casually pick up a butterfly.
Does not even want to use that. Just keep it in the backpack.
Maybe he's gonna give it to the Medusa, like an offering. If he goes and puts that down in front of Medusa, that would make my year.
I gotta check Wikipedia if it's Charlie's birthday today. Divine Rapier.
It's the only way. It's
only
the only way.
5,000 gold away from it.
He needs that butterfly as a present.
You need to stay positive. Roche respawn, so there's gonna be Cheese Aegis plus something. Axe.
Who's taking the axe? Blizzy?
I think you give that to Blizzy. Yeah. The extra duration on stun.
Oh, hang on. What's going on here? Charlie pots the Stone Gaze. Kuman will be frozen. Can they kill him the once? He's able to get the BKB off. He's being bashed, but the 2 of them have been stunned. Kuman goes down the once. The BKB is out from NiP. They retreat up to the high ground. Kuman has been shackled. Any way to get in on this, though? Supreme's going to try. Comes in with the Avalanche. Kuman did use the God Strength before the Aegis, so they will hold back a little bit, Cyber Legacy here. Buyback coming out from both sides, Misha and Bignum, as the 2 supports return.
And that relocate's definitely not needed there, and I mean, they have Zeus still, 3 Observer Wards standing in that area. If they go together, just try to, you know, devour those. Still 4,000 gold away from Medusa's Rapier. It's something that could change things. If Blizzy cannot make a jump on Medusa, they have a ton of minus armor. They have, I believe, full Solar Crest on Era. And Slaughter is level 18 at least.
I mean, that is the thing. If NiP can make sure that Charlie's just sat right back, never gets jumped, he gets the Rapier. Like, there is still a chance, despite them being down 45,000 gold. If they make sure that Charlie doesn't die...
They need 4 staffs. They have 1 Glimmer Cape, even though it gets dispelled by Stormhammer with the talent. They have Zeus, but still you want to have any kind of save you can buy for your Medusa, because she is the win condition. She needs that Rapier. 3,000 gold away. I mean, she's farming fast. 1,000 gold per 2 minutes.
$47K. I mean, we're reaching some incredible numbers in terms of how far
Dire are scanning.
Cyber Legacy's ahead, but NiP, they're going to come out, they're going to find Slayer.
And some buybacks.
Some buybacks here. Blizzy, he's going to try and get in on the backline. Soon as he's going to be able to find, he's found the Medusa, but the BKB and Stone Gaze was out in time. Blizzy starting to step away. Toss up from Supreme. Blizzy getting a little low. They got the damage to finish him. He's able to pop the cheese, and now the weakness.
4 stabs.
The weakness is found as the Stone Gaze and BKB come to an end. Charlie falls. Has got buyback on the Medusa. Misha, though, does not. And Era also taken down. He does.
I think one of the plays would be try to back toss Medusa out of a team fight, because you know the Sven is coming.
There we go. 52K lead right now for Cyber Legacy. Now if... Oh! Hey, they're in.
That's a good shackle.
That's a good shackle and a good toss. Blizzy's going to jump in on Charlie. Charlie needs help, and he needs it now. They've got to get Charlie out of here. Supreme goes down. Charlie trying to run away, but Kuman chases him down. The shackle comes out. They have got them underneath the tower. Kuman crushed up by Saberlight, but it's not enough control. Kuman will be able to fight on strong, take out Charlie. GG is called. And finally here at 60K gold lead, Cyber Legacy will take this game 1.
Even though it was a 50,000 gold lead in that fight, if they had a rapier
If
and
they had
one like defensive item, Force Staff plus Lotus Orb on one of the